Look at this. Check out my guy, Timothy Ward. Check out my guy, Retire and Go. And people who do have a passport, it's time to start using it. It's time to take the leap, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ross Travels here. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new, welcome to the channel here. And if you're returning here, welcome back to another video, folks. We are in Western Australia, folks. And Western Australia is taking a little walk along the little boardwalk here on the coast. And it's time to take that leap, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to take the leap, and I will tell you a bit about how and some tips and recommendations as we take a little walk down to one of the ports and one of the areas that we're walking to today. So let's go and let's get into the video. All right, folks. So when I say take the leap, okay, I know I talk about this in quite a bit of videos, and especially some of my recent ones for sure. And when I say it's time to take the leap, it's pretty self-explanatory. It is time to take the leap and start traveling and getting some more experiences, okay? And and when I say specifically, what I'm gonna say specifically right now pertains mostly to the US citizens, okay? Not because I'm trying to like dog them or anything. That's just because that's where I'm from. I'm from Nebraska. But number one, there's not a whole lot of Nebraskans traveling the world. But also, not a lot of Americans really travel all that much. Like, you know, like so you get so many Americans that say, oh, I'm going to Florida, I'm going to California, the usuals, okay? But you can't just go to Florida and California every year, folks. You got to venture out. Now, how are you? Now, it's a bit easy for me to say because I'm over in Australia, so I'm on the other side of the world, but I mean, it doesn't have to be that far. Here, let's go this way. There's a little part over here I want to check out. I think this is what I've been looking for, but it's more than just California and Florida, folks. It is, it truly is. And I know that solo traveling or just traveling in general or whatever, getting on a long flight, it scares the hell out of people. It does. And it's totally fair. Totally fair, folks. And I'd be lying if I said I never felt those fears. The problem is you can get over it. You can definitely get over those fears, and it's time, folks, to take the leap. There's only so many YouTube videos you can watch, and if you are watching, like and subscribe, thank you. Ross Travels on Instagram and TikTok and Threads, okay? But there's only so many YouTube videos you can watch before you wish yourself to death, folks. And when I say wish yourself to death, I mean, oh, I wish I can go here, I wish I can do this, I wish I can do that, and that goes for anyone in the world. But there's so many people that wish, and then don't do anything about it. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take the leap. It doesn't have to be Australia. It doesn't have to be like New Zealand or anything super far, unless you live over this way. But like anywhere, go to Europe, go to South America, Central America. Okay, hell, go to Canada. Okay, actually, Canada's tied for one of my favorite countries in the world, along with Poland. Believe it or not, two cold countries. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Look at that. I mean, come on, folks. Come on. Look at this. You've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. What is better than that, ladies and gentlemen? What is better than that? So, folks, when I say it's time to take the leap, it's time to take that trip. It's time to book that ticket. Okay, if you need any suggestions or if you need any advice or anything, comment them down below. I will give you all the advice possible. But I can't do it for you. I can give you all the resources, I can give you all the links, I can give you all the YouTube channels. Check out my guy, Timothy Ward. Check out my guy, Retire and Go. Check out my guys, Lloyd and Mandy. Okay, those are just a few, okay? My friend Victoria, Vic's Vlogs, okay? That's just a few. Joel and Amelia. I can keep going, but we'll be here for a long time, folks. But I don't mention YouTubers and I don't recommend them if I don't believe in them. And if I'm not a huge fan of them myself, and if I haven't gained something from them, I'm not gonna go just recommending random YouTubers or give you just random advice. I'm not gonna do that. And so it's time to take the leap. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's gonna be uncomfortable. And for folks who haven't done it before, or haven't done it very much, or aren't sure, or, oh, I don't know about this place, or I don't know about that, obviously do a little bit of research, see where you're comfortable. You know, it doesn't have to be some extravagant 2-month-long trip or anything like that. But it's time to get out in the world. It's time to get out in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go up a little bit, folks. Let's get to some level ground so I can catch my breath here. See my guys, Tim and Travel and Go, they're used to this. They got that breath work down. They got that breath work down. So what I was talking about, especially towards U.S. citizens, there's a stat, folks. It was back in 2018, 2019, so a few years ago, 10% of U.S. citizens held passports. 10%, 1-0, out of all the people in the United States. That's absurd, folks. Now, of course, again, that was a long time ago. I checked it again, did the updated numbers. So, so for all the Americans screaming at me right now, I did check the updated numbers. The updated numbers in 2024 is up to 42%, so that's a good jump. That's a very good jump. I do believe that COVID had something to do with that. And just for the sake of traveling and, you know, having to stay at home and this and that, some people started to kind of realize and open up their eyes a little bit and made them think, okay, but yeah, folks, I think COVID's had something to do with that. You know, and people started to realize a bit more that it's more than just the United States. It's more than just the United States, folks. And again, you can only go to California so many times. Get out, how are you? Get out in the world, go see the world, meet some amazing people, see some amazing scenery. I mean, look at this, amazing scenery. We got the coast over on this side. There's so much more than Santa Monica, you know? And, you know, again, there's so many Europeans that get out and travel. And there's so many, you know, even like Central Americans, they get out and travel as well. And so I'm happy to see that the percentage of passports went up to 42%, but we gotta start using them. We can't just get it and then let it collect dust, you know? And so for people who are, I'm gonna kind of speak to two people here, but the people who don't have a passport, it's time to get that passport. It's time to get it, okay? Get your passport, see the world, okay? I'm gonna say that in every video, put on a t-shirt or something, okay? Don't work 9 to 5 until you're 95. That's the other one. But it's time to get that passport, folks. $130, I think it is. $130. It's time to get out, get that passport, and start seeing some stuff, man. Start seeing some stuff, okay? Take that flight, make your way up to New York, JFK, or Newark Liberty Airport, and take that flight over to Lisbon, Portugal. Take that flight over to Dublin, Ireland. Take that flight over to Madrid, Spain, okay? Take that flight over to Krakow, Poland. One of my favorite cities. Krakow, Poland, very underrated, okay? There's so many places you could see. And for my adventurous people who want to travel a little bit further and not afraid of long flights, okay, if you're not afraid of long flights coming from the States, come out to Australia, come out to Melbourne, come out to the Gold Coast, come out to Sydney, okay? Go to Auckland, okay? Or even go to the South Island. I think a lot of people who live out here or over this way recommend the South Island a little bit more than the North Island. So go there, or maybe it's vice versa, I don't remember, but I believe it's the South Island. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, I apologize if I am, but it's time to get out. And what are you gonna do the rest of your life if you just sit in the same town, in the same city, and the same job, at the same desk, with the same phone number, and the same cup of coffee? I'm trying to see how long I could go. The same cup of coffee, okay? When you could be out and you can see stuff like this. I mean, no brainer. Had to switch hands there, folks, but now the question is, what's stopping you? What is stopping you? And for the people who do have passports, it's time to start using it. Because I know I said I was going to talk to two people. The people who don't have passports, it's time to get it. It's time to get it. $130, 10 years. Good to go. You don't have to worry about it ever again. You can just use it, get those stamps, and get some experiences. And people who do have a passport, it's time to start using it. It's time to start stamping it up. It's time to start going through customs, okay? And getting through customs virginity, okay? As weird as that sounds, it's travel and meet some people, okay? Stay in hostels. Or you can stay in hotels if you want, but stay in hostels, stay in, share houses, stuff like that. Meet some people from all around the world doing the same thing that you're doing. Doing the same thing that you're doing. I promise you folks, you are not the only one concerned or worried about what could happen or where can I go or who am I gonna meet or am I gonna have fun or is anyone else in the same position as me? All those questions, plus many more. And rightfully so, it's very fair. Comment them down below and I will answer them. And also anyone else who has travel experience. Let's get a conversation going down below and everything. Let's help each other out. But you're not the only one. You're not the only one, folks. I was in that position again, a handful of years ago. I was in that position. I don't know if I'm gonna travel and this and that, and I just want to stay in my comfort zone and don't go anywhere for the rest of my life. Yeah, no, not happening. Like after I went to Mexico for a bit and Canada and got to see what it's like outside the country, folks. Outside the country. What life is like in another place. What life is like in a different culture with different currencies and different food, different lifestyles and different people. I mean, man, absolutely beautiful, folks. Absolutely beautiful. And one thing that we've got to do better at as a world, is see more of the good in people. See the good in people. See the good in everyone. Show love. Be kind to one another. Love each other. That's why I say it. My new thing at the end of all these videos. See the good in people. You can't go and say, oh, this place is dangerous, this place is dangerous. There's gonna be dangerous places everywhere. And it is a real thing. I'm not saying it's not. But it's time to start seeing the good in people and taking the leap and not being afraid of the news and this and that. That's the one thing that gets people, folks, is the news. They see one story on the news and then they, base everything on that. And so it's time to get out, let all those travel fears go, and get out and see the world, get your passport, and see the world, and see more than just your home country. And again, me personally talking to all the US citizens, but again, there's other people in different places that don't have passports as well. Get your passport, see the world. And what's stopping you? What's stopping you, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I did it, and if I can do it, you guys can do it. Everyone's situation is different, I understand, but it's time to get out, see the world. Don't be scared of everything you see on the news. Actually, stop watching the news, okay? And get out and explore and see the good. See the good in people. See the good in countries. Don't just see the first news story and then just block it off the list. Now, obviously, there's places at the moment that we should probably, you're like, I'm not, I understand. There are some places that we just got to just delay for a bit. All right, so I'm popping on here, doing a bit of a voiceover for this clip because, so two things here, folks. Number one, the coolest moment. The absolute coolest moment doing YouTube, editing, filming, anything YouTube related that I've ever done so far has happened today or in this clip. And the crazy thing that's coming up in about maybe 30 seconds, so stay tuned. But the crazy thing is the initial video, this clip was actually not supposed to be recorded. The initial video was done. I had ended it off, did the outro and everything. And then maybe a few minutes after I was done, I realized that I forgot to talk about a couple of things. So I pulled the camera back out and I was going to talk about it and put it all together and do the editing magic. But folks, I made a big mistake, and I've only made this mistake one time. And that was the whole video was fine with my microphone, and I forgot to turn my receiver on, man. And so I didn't catch the audio. I don't know how I made this mistake because I've only done it once when I first started filming full time on my GoPro, which was a while ago. So I don't know how today was the day that I did it with the super cool interaction that is coming up right now, folks. I'm walking down and a group of girls come and they just bombard. They bombard. And it was cool. it was super cool. Nothing towards them or anything like that, but it's the spontaneous stuff, man. It's the spontaneous stuff. This stuff was not supposed to be planned, and they were so nice. They were so nice. I'm not sure if they're all a family or if they're all friends or if there's like a friend group. I'm not sure. But I ran into them, and then they were super interested. Hey, are you filming a vlog and this and that? I'm like, yeah, I'm filming a vlog. And so then they asked me where I'm from. I told them I'm from Nebraska. And they asked me, how do you like Australia and this and that? We're just going back and forth and having a nice little conversation. I told them that I do not want to leave Australia ever again. If I become a resident here, my life is complete. And I have a lot of goals in life. But they were super cool folks. I mean, look at this. Laughing and joking and this and that. I was so nervous, though. I was so nervous, folks. So if any of you guys are watching, which some of you guys are watching, because I told you it'd be out today on Wednesday, and some of you guys have subscribed to the channel and sent me messages on Instagram and stuff like that. You guys are super cool. I'm not sure if it was parents or friends' parents or whoever that was in the back, but they were super cool as well. Got to give them a shout out. But they were super nice, asked me all kinds of questions. What's your favorite Australian word and this and that? And I told them that it was the abbreviations for me, like Arvo and Servo and Smoko. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, folks. So that's basically what this conversation was. They were all so nice, so excited to be in the vlog. And I'm not exactly sure how I decided of all times to not turn my receiver back on, because I never thought I would do it again. But folks, at least the video was captured and you can see just the genuine moment. And I got to talk to these people and talk to this whole group as humans. So it's still stuck in my head. Obviously, you can't hear their super cool Australian accents, but look at that. They're all so excited, so great. And then, of course, the parents there, the friends' parents, I'm not sure. So nice, man. So nice. And I was literally, before I ran into them, was talking about how great Australia was and getting out of your comfort zone and doing this. And then that happens. And so that was by far the coolest thing that had happened to me doing YouTube. So some of you guys have been watching, and some of you guys have followed the YouTube channel. Some of you guys have followed the Instagram, Ross Travels, and some of you guys have sent me messages and have been so great. So I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have given me a nice little boost up and a pump up, and who would have thought in the south of WA? I would have never thought that would happen down here, but super cool, folks. And so I just wanted to take a moment to thank them. And even though the audio was not captured, there was still a win, and that was the video was captured, and I still have it locked into my brain. So I just want to shout you guys out. I was going to say your guys' names. I know I say your guys' names, but I wasn't going to do that. I don't know if you want that all over the internet or not. So, but feel free, if you guys are watching, to take this, take the clip and shout yourself out on social media and hey, I was featured in this guy's YouTube, feel free. But I didn't know. So, there was a lot of you too. So I just, if one person, I just didn't want to. So anyway, folks, sending it back to live Ross. There's about 6 more minutes left in this original clip, but I'm going to take it. It doesn't make any sense to do a voiceover for the whole thing anyway. So there's 6 more minutes of this clip. I'm going to take the rest out and go back to the original ending of this video. But I wanted to include that and say thank you guys so much for stopping and saying hi. And if anyone else sees me out and about, stop by and say hi. As long as you don't kidnap me, we're good. And but that was super cool. Had to share. And even though I made a mistake, I still had to make it work and do a voiceover. So anyway, enough chit chat here. Let's get back to the original ending of this video. Thank you guys so much. That was so cool. Anyway, folks, I'm going to keep taking a walk along here. I'm going to wrap this up here. And it's time to get that password. Any questions that you guys have related to solo travel, put them down below. What are you scared of? What is stopping you? And it's time to get that passport and see the world, folks. I'm gonna walk along this coastline here, keep taking that walk, and enjoy the incredible views here in WA. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys later. Be kind to one another, be kind to each other. Love one another, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Get your passport, travel the world. Follow along, like, and subscribe. Let's go. But the problem is, you can get, okay, oh, didn't know what that was. No brainer, folks. Absolute no brainer. I am switching hands. Give me one moment, folks. Enjoy the scenery. There is a lot more in the world. Oh. Sorry, I've got my watch going because I'm taking a walk, and it told me how long I was going. It scared me. Thought I was getting a call. It's time to, excuse me. So I'm going up a hill, out of breath. All right, folks, how to switch hands. I tried to do it as smooth as possible, but they're so confused. Okay. We'll have to chop that up. Bloopers.